Welcome, everyone, to the ultimate game in the college football season. Everything has built to this, the battle for the national championship and college football immortality, a moment that every young football player grows up dreaming about. And it almost feels like we were destined to get to this point. The top two seeds of the college football playoff have survived. They've been on a collision course all season long. They've come through the challenges and the distractions, and now they'll fight for that beautiful trophy. As we'll see the number 2 seed in this playoff, the Florida Gators, taking on a team from the ACC, the Syracuse Orange. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, everything has been building to this. It's time for the national championship. Let's crown a champion. The kickoff team is out there, and you can feel the energy. One game to determine the national championship. He'll call for the fair catch here. First down here for this offense. They'll run it. Hand it off to the running back. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down. Syracuse lines up quickly.
Boy, a nice call here to start this national championship game off with a physical run. I think this offensive line has been a strength all year long, and here they get this game started the right way.
Great cut there. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Barnett. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Well, this is just an outstanding job by this defender being in phase against this receiver and being able to tip that ball away. He actually tips it up into the air. The offense catches a break, but that ball's not intercepted.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Ball carrier brought down, but a flag's on the field. Let's check out this call. So the holding penalty in the offense backs him up 10 yards. Can they convert on 3rd down to keep this drive rolling? Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Defense is coming after him. Oh, incomplete. He's very lucky that wasn't intercepted here on the opening possession. I'd like to have that one back. It's going to bring up 4th down. Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. He'll aim it toward the sideline. Solid punt. And he punts it out of bounds, so no return. His line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. He's hit as he throws it. And it's incomplete. Even in a 1st down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time, they got to him and forced that incompletion.
So, 2nd down after the incompletion. Trying to find some room. It's Daniels. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid game.
Well, Chris, you think about over the years with the Gators and their offense, it's always about Steve Spurrier and spreading it out with fun and gun and attacking downfield. But I think these great Gator teams, they have an ability to do what we just saw right here. Pick up a 1st down on the ground, relying on that offensive line and their running back.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. Back to pass. It's Lagway. Caught quickly. You'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Well, this is called settling down in his zone defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show that he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows that he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target, able to pick up that first down.
Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Catch made on the right side. They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
Breaks. Got a lane. Can he get in? And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
Chris, he broke free from the line of scrimmage. I thought he might have a 10 or 15-yard gain, but he shows you the speed that he has to take it all the way to the house.
And it's 7-0 after the PAT. Now they get set to kick it away. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. Here comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. They were forced to punt it away last time, so let's see if they can get clicking in this possession. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. The pass ball is incomplete, trying to extend the play, but nobody open.
Chris, I don't know if it's the hype of the national championship, the timing between the quarterback and his receivers, but they have not been able to get anything going at all here in the first half. And the problem is they're already down in this game. They've got to put the ball through the air and start hitting some passes, or there's no chance they come back and have a chance to win.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Looking to pass. It's Barnett. He'll throw it now. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. They bring him down to the 45, but a solid gain to keep this drive going. Syracuse lines up quickly.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on 3rd down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
This Syracuse offense is quickly moving down the field.
Chris, how about the offensive balance these last couple plays we're seeing from these guys? Not only are they balanced, but the explosive.
It's a fumble.
It's a good job by the defense to force the fumble, but you have to have the collective awareness for someone to get on top of it. It's a lucky break for the offense.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Snags the quick throw. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
3rd down play now, trying to keep this impressive drive going. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. With the catch, it's Haynes. Tackle to the 28. This offense threatening that. Another first down. A new set of downs after that completion.
Hey, I don't blame the defense here at all, Chris, for bringing the blitz. It's 3rd down and short. You got to get pressure on the quarterback, but you got to tip your cap to this quarterback. I think he was anticipating the blitz, so he's able to get the ball out of his hands quickly and pick up the first down.
Here comes a first down pass attempt, and he'll loft it to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Syracuse.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running around like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. PAT ties the game here in the second quarter now. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. On that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the ground game. Let's see if that formula works again. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. He finds some space. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
First down. They're going to throw the football. Hit as he released it. The ball is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Chris, if you're going to make that throw, that's called a two-ball. That means it's got to be on a line. Here he puts it way up in the air and allows the defender to come over and make the play on the ball. Great job by the defense.
There's the handoff. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down, 2nd and 1.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kurt.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. Dropping back, it's Barnett. He'll take a deep shot. Pass caught, can he get in? And he's run out after a big gain. The offense will be set up with a first down and goal.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
First and goal, handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. And it's caught. Touchdown, Orangeman.
And this running back's going to show you he can be a receiver as well. He's just not back there running the football. Nice job of showing that versatility. Pulls it in and gets 6.
They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The PAT is good. They go up a touchdown, 14-7. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. On the kickoff is hammered. Sails out the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Pulls it in. It's Hawkins. Breaking free at midfield. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs. The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. Looking downfield. It's Lagway. Makes a quick grab. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31. And the Gators will hustle to the line to crank the tempo.
That's another positive game here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments.
And is intercepted. Going the other way, can they catch him? Inside the 40. Inside the 20. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
Wow, what a play by this defense to come up with the interception and a big return. They almost take it to the house, but you got to give the quarterback some credit. Yeah, he threw a pick, but he didn't give up on the play and hang his head. Instead, he makes the tackle to prevent the defense from scoring.
The junior able to bring him down quickly.
A pretty good push up front here by this offense line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
Tailback tests the middle of the defense. And he's tackled out at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
Boy, Chris, the way this quarterback's been playing, I'm surprised they didn't throw the football here. I wouldn't be surprised now that they're facing 3rd down and goal. Put it in his hands and let him work his magic.
We've reached the 2-minute warning. We'll have to see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Here we go. 3rd and goal coming up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. He's moving out of the pocket now. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Syracuse. So it's still early, but this offense beginning to build momentum and build the lead now, Kurt.
As we've seen over the years, Chris, good teams know how to use the first quarter to establish the lead, the second quarter to increase the lead, and the final half just to hold on to it. They're following that blueprint perfectly, widening the distance between them and their opponent before we even get to the locker rooms.
And the point after is right down the middle. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. Steps out at the 22, not quite where it would have been spotted had he just taken a knee. And the Florida offense retakes the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. To throw, it's Lagway. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. On the run here, taking a deep shot. Wow, a 3rd pick tonight by the QB.
Not a real good... Put too much air under the ball, turned into a floater. Now defensively, this is a dream. All you're thinking in that situation is just don't drop it. It's almost like a fair catch on a punt.
So the first play of the drive here coming up, less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Now they'll run it on the toss. They've got him after a 7-yard gain, so 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with a guy taking the snap and turns around and flips it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is can they set the edge as an offense? Whether it's an offensive tackle, a tight end in that same direction that where they want to run the ball. Because if they can do that, you get the result that you want just like this. If you don't, oftentimes, play is blown up right at the line of scrimmage.
It's caught. They will rule that a catch, a huge gain through the air.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here.
You know, when the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line, you love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it. That puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
Now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there. Wanting to make an adjustment before this critical down. Ball spotted at the 5 for this 3rd and goal play. Dropping back, it's Barnett. There's a throw underneath to the back. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime.
Well, they get positive yards here. I have a sense that they wanted a little bit more of that pitch and catch.
They'll pass up the chip shot field goal. They'll go for it on 4th and goal from the 4. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Coach is going to take the 3 points. Here comes the field goal unit. So it'll be a chip shot from the right hash mark. The kick is good. Offense collects 3 points on the drive. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So they settle for 3, and now the kickoff. We'll see if the opposing offense has enough time to answer before halftime. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? On the ground, it's Daniels. In the clear at the 25. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. And he finally goes out of bounds after a huge gain on the ground. Nice play.
Chris, how about that? This guy is a blower with a football in his hands. He gets one block out in front of him. It seems like he's setting a new speed barrier.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play. So just before halftime here, out comes the field goal unit. Defense calls their 3rd and final timeout at the half now. So with only a few seconds left in the half, out comes the field goal unit. And it's good. And that field goal, the final play of this opening half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. Syracuse will kick it off to get the second half underway. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. And he gave it a shot, but should have just left the ball in the end zone. They spotted it at the 19. The Gators offense retakes the field. And they'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. Solid run. They'll bring it down to the 28-yard line.
Chris, the defense dials up the blitz. They're unable to get into the backfield, giving the running back enough room. I'll tell you, the linebacker makes a great play just to come up with a tackle here.
Using his legs, it's Daniels. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
3rd down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. It's a quick grab. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Pre-snap motion from the offense. And they'll use the ground game here. Breaks loose at the 45. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. The Gators pick up enough for a first down here. They'll run it to the right side. Jukes to get free. And that's a solid gain before the defense is able to bring him down.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Finds an open target on the left side. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
And they get some positive yards here. But just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Third down play for this offense. The DB's right near the line now, showing press coverage. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Crosses the 30. And they pick up the first down. Tackled at the 25. The Gators come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Seventh play of the drive coming up. They'll run it from the gun. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
He'll hand it off. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the first down marker.
Another positive gain by this back. I'll tell you, between the offensive line sustaining blocks and this back's vision and ability to explode into that second level of this defense, this guy is having a monster day in the biggest stage of all in the national championship.
So now on comes the field goal unit. They're making his first attempt. This one is from 38 yards out. And this one is right through.
Well, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. This one will be fair caught. So the Syracuse offense heads back out onto the field. The last possession, they had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Can they find the end zone this time out? The gain is 2 yards, so it's second and 8. Syracuse lines up quickly. Quarterback making adjustments down to what the defense is showing. To the air, it's Barnett. It's an out route, the catch made. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
How about the discipline of this defense here on second down? You're anticipating a pass. They've got pretty much everybody covered. And then once the back has the ball, how about the speed to be able to bring him down? Now it's third down.
Makes a quick catch. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a third down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it. You convert, and you keep working that clock.
And he's wrapped up short of the marker there as the time runs down here in the third quarter. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. And here comes a deep shot. And it's intercepted in a desperation throw here. Not a great return, but the important thing, the pick wipes out his scoring threat. They'll set the offense up at the 31.
Boy, just when it looked like they had complete control of the national championship, they turned the ball over. The only real mistake they could have made to give their opponent a chance to get back into the game, and they've done it.
Running back grabs it on a screen. They're finally able to stop him, but the defense is fooled a bit on that screen play. It's a solid gain for a first down. See what the call is on 1st and 10. the carry, he's heading left. Solid run, tackled at the 45-yard line.
Now this defense is going to have to mix up some looks because this back has had a monster day in the national championship. Running inside, running outside. The defense has got to do a good job of locking in on him to negate his big play ability.
Dropping back, it's Lagway. Looking for his big tight end. Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. And they tackle him, but not before a huge gain down near the 26.
Chris, here we are in the fourth quarter. These guys are trailing. Having been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
He's moving out of the pocket. He's going to pull it down and run.
Chris, I love the patience here by the quarterback. He's waiting for something to happen downfield, but it's not there. Then you see the athletic ability to be able to pick up some good yards.
And the Gators looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Quick throw caught on the left side. Ball carrier tackled at the 2, a solid gain on that completion. A chance to get right back into this football game. It's first down and goal. Secondary up now, trying to jam these receivers. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Gators. That was an enormous touchdown. We're still behind, but it's a one-possession game, national championship on the line.
Yeah, the offense did their job to make this thing interesting. Now their opponent. What will their opponent do? Are they going to try to kill a clock? Are they going to just try to run the football? Are they going to get aggressive and throw and try to score themselves? Still, a lot can happen here in these closing minutes.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And the two-point try is successful, making this just a three-point lead. Kickoff teams come on the field now to send this one away. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. Here comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. Handoff to the back. They'll keep the clock moving. Breaking free at the 35. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a first down.
Chris, good job here on this stop, but remember the ball is inbounds and the clock keeps moving here late in the game and you're trailing. As a defense, you got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all three to use. At what point are you going to start putting those into play?
The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
Well, they're just fundamentally sound, right where you want to be after the completion. Nowhere to go after that catch.
Offense getting set. It's second down. The linebacker shifting around now. A quick throw out left, complete.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
Here we go now, a crucial play for both sides. They'll set up at 3rd and 4. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. He's escaping the pocket now. Catch made across the middle by the running back. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
Well, the defense gets these guys to 3rd down. They got a chance to get them off the field, and instead they give up the first down. So the clock will continue to move, and the defense is really at the mercy of this offense at this point.
So the clock stops as we head into the final 2 minutes of play here. This defense needing to step up and make a play now. This Syracuse offense is quickly moving down the field. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. That's caught. It's James. Makes the first down, but pays a price. Big hit there at the end. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Syracuse getting set now with a 1st and 10. In the red area, it's Willis. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Looks like the quarterback will just take a knee here. And they convert here on 3rd down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. Here comes a handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback. But he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Kick is good. Gives the offense 3 points to show for that drive. And that'll do it. We have a national champion. They're the last team standing at the top of the mountain, Kirk. National champions.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch this team play all year long. They've had some challenging moments. They've been able to overcome them. And how fitting, a close game in the national championship. They come through one more time. And as you say, they hold the trophy. They are the national champions of the year.
Well, that's it. Dramatic punctuation to another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Officially, your kings of the college football world and national champions, the Syracuse Orange.